Hey. Alrighty. Today we're looking into my AI automation outreach system, which, as of this video going out, all my users and clients now have access to. It has been run through a lot of testing. I probably sent over 10,000 messages, maybe more, over the last number of months through mostly my account and then other users as well, and other clients that have been testing it for me. It's ultimately led to a lot of successes, some pains as well. Some people that have gotten messages. Well, there's one or two here or there every so often, but I would say it's like a percentage, like 0.5% of, considering the amount of messages that have gone out, it's a very small amount that have actually come back negative. So for the most part, positive. And in the most important thing, it has, of course, booked people phone calls, which is the idea and the principle behind my system, without you actually having to manually go through it. So how does it work? So what we're going to do is we'll go into this campaign here. Obviously, I've got quite a few running at the moment. And I would say the best way you can use this is twofold. You can utilize it, one, of course, through a new campaign. So for new users where you're connecting to people who you've yet to engage with, which is also quite worthwhile. Or you can use it, which I find is better, for your current connection base, because these are people that have been warmed up over the years, and perhaps you've forgotten to send them a message in a long time and they're not interested or whatever. And it's great to get them involved. So what we have here is we've got these 4 different toggles which you can now action on your campaigns. And so we have AI outreach, and it will choose from the framework. You can obviously set it if you want to, or it will just rotate through them depending on the message, what it's had before. It will select them based on previous things that are going out. It'll basically change it depending on what it thinks is best. It's got the quality gate, so then this obviously checks and makes sure that the messages are actually good and they're accurate, and it's not hallucinating and making up some bullshit or whatever. We've then, of course, got continuum reply. So then if they do reply to your messaging, it will then follow up with a reply. And you can, of course, within that, I've also got mailboxes here, so you can add inboxes if you want to. It'll then send your booking link, and you can actually even upload a file as well. So for example, I've got this Clause for Small Business one recently that I made. I can upload that. And then if it deems it useful to the person, like it's not going to send to everyone. If it deems it useful to the person, it will then send that PDF to them as well. So you're automatically giving them some more. It will only do that to people that have replied to you though, because you don't want to send PDFs to everyone. It's just not a good practice. And then, of course, we've got AI copy optimization. So every 2 weeks, it'll analyze all the messaging that is going out, and then it'll be like what's working, what's not working, what's been good, what's been bad, and it'll improve the message variance over time. So it's going to be getting better every single time, and essentially overall just become an incredible system. What it also has as well is within this, we've got max rotations up here. And so essentially, if someone doesn't reply and they go through the entire campaign, so here you can see I've only got 5 or 6 steps here. Yeah, 5 or 6 steps. They will then get added back to the campaign in 90 days. So after 3 months, if there's no reply being made, it'll automatically get added back to the campaign in 90 days. So we're not spamming them. It's not like every month they're going to get messages from me or my clients. That'd be the worst thing you could possibly do, because honestly, it could just be the wrong time. So we'll do that in 90 days. Now, how does it do this? Obviously, we've got access to a lot of data here. One, of course, we have their LinkedIn profile. 2, we have their company website and that information as well. 3, we can get their emails. So we've got Apollo, Arc, and Clay data all integrated into this as well. You can actually now do enrichment steps. This is for people who are paying the $100 or pounds a month option, because it is expensive to run this, but those ones, that means you can enrich as many leads as you want through this system, essentially. You've obviously got hot gifts, so you can send them a gift of a CSV, for example, of 10 leads. So that's like reading their profile and then going, hey, here's 10 leads for you. So all of that. And then it's building the message from what you've inputted into the details themselves. So you obviously, look, you've got description. There's like description. So this decides what is this campaign going to be for? Because you may have different campaigns to different people, which is completely normal. And I obviously have multiple campaigns to different types of people. And then it also builds it from here as well. So here I've got the standard generic message, and it will use that as a template to then decide it. And obviously you've got the max length. So you add in the max length. And here I've got it up to 400. And then it's got some other stuff as well. And then here I've got it up to 600. So you can choose how long you want the message to be in. It's entirely up to you how you can play around with that and test it. And obviously each individual account has their own preferences depending on who they are connected with and who they're going after and what things they want to do, how you want to build it. Maybe you want them to get some links. And so in the PDF, you attach some links or you attach some data. You can upload any file, like you can upload an Excel, CSV, whatever, to send to someone. And it will only send it if they confirm they want it. Like it's going to ask them like, hey, would you like to get this useful PDF? And if they say, yes, send it over, it'll then send it over. And it does it with like human delays. So there's like a delay of between 3 and 10 minutes, random, of course. And they'll get that reply as and when. If they are, let's just resume this. If they are, if it's unable to reply, which obviously is going to happen, it will flag them. So here you got flagged replies, and these are leads who you need to manually review. So this is something you need to go into every single day or every other day, whenever you want, but the sooner the better, obviously. And you'll see those replies and you'll be like, I want to go into them. And so here you can see, and also it's flagging them in terms of who's priority, who needs to get a personal letter from me, like good, who is just a standard list, what's important, what's not. And you can see I've got tons of different types of lists in here, depending on who I'm going after and who's going to be beneficial for me personally. And then you can go into that list and you can quickly go through them, click into their accounts, and then understand, okay, is this someone that I need to send more of a personal message to? Anyway, it's also, alongside what you're putting inside the campaign, it's also utilizing some aspects in the settings as well, and specifically within the AI settings. So here we have something called the leverage library. And so this is essentially your case studies. And what it will do is it will read these case studies to understand, okay, who is it relating towards? So you've got tags and it will tag one. So if I add an entry here, you can put in the result, you can put the industry, and then it will basically read their profile and be like, they're a coach, they're a SaaS person, they're a manufacturer, consulting, they're whoever they are. And then it will send them a case study based upon that tag. So that's why you can have so many different campaigns depending on who you're targeting. It will choose the right case study based upon what you're doing. Okay, so it's got the case studies, leverage library. And then, of course, you can import that from your website as well. So if you've already got some made on your website, you don't want to type them in manually, you can just import from website, add your website, and then it will find the case studies and it will import them. So that saves a lot of manual work, but you can add them manually as well. It's entirely up to you. Obviously, I've got a lot here because I'm targeting a lot of different types of people and different campaigns and so on. Then, of course, you have your persona, and it will use this to then understand how do you want to come across. Okay, so depending on who you are, how you speak and how you communicate to people and who you're targeting, you want to have the AI persona in there. You can create as many of these as you want. I've just got one as it's pretty fine for everyone, but maybe you want to have more than one, and that's it. So yeah, essentially that's what it's doing. So it's utilizing their company, it's utilizing their domain, it's taking your case studies, it's taking your persona, it's understanding the prompt in the messaging, the type of messaging that you want to do, and the type of person that you're going after. So these are highly personalized campaigns sent to individuals, and the reply rate is ridiculous. I'm getting so many people. I'm waking up in the morning because I have it set to go off in the later of the day because right now I'm in Indonesia, and most of the people I target are in the western part of the world, in Europe or in the Americas, which means that needs to run later in the day. And so it's happening while I sleep. So this is actually, I'm literally waking up in the morning and people are booking calls into my diary. If I go to LinkedIn, I'll just show you a couple that it's been doing. Okay, so here are 3 people, for example, that it's worked with recently on my account personally. Obviously, I can't show my clients, but you'll get the gist. And so here, for example, this was actually someone that I connected with back in 2022, so a long time ago. And I did a re-engagement campaign. So this message was sent to them on Saturday, and then she's open for a chat, and then it automatically then sent them the booking slot, and then she booked a call. And so then that's booked in for Friday, which is fantastic. And we're speaking with her this week. And then we've got Beatrice. Hot ladies recently. Here we've got Beatrice. And we've been messaging for a while. And here I was like, let's send another engagement campaign to her. Then she said this, and then it was follow-up messages. It's automatically doing these. I'm not sending any of this. It's all just built into the system. It knows what to send. And then here we go. She then got it booked. She's going to book a slot whenever that is. So that was obviously today. So when she wakes up. And then here we've got Karen. Karen's been going for a while now. And we've been sending tons of messages. And what I did with her is I set like a warm-up campaign to her. This I didn't do. It automatically picked out 10 people that would be beneficial for her and then sent it to her based on her profile. It's utilizing, obviously, Unipile, LinkedIn, whatever, scraping profiles and then going, here's 10 people for you that I think can be beneficial. So many different automations that are happening that are keeping people warm that you can experiment with and test out yourself to see what works best yourself. And if there are options and things that you think would be beneficial for yourself, that you're like, Ollie, can it do this? Is it possible for it to send this? Probably. I can probably build it. There's not really a limit. There is obviously, I have to test and experiment things. And if you're willing to put yourself in that boat and be like, Ollie, I want to test and see if this works, I can obviously create the feature for you and then set it up for yourself and you can then test it yourself. More than happy to do that. And then ultimately build this to be the best system it possibly can be. Anyway, that's the AI messaging system. I've also got a content radar, which is coming out soon as well. This is a bit more experimental, and it's like a Kapathy style content radar, but built into the system, so you can do some awesome things. Anyway, that's for a future video. If you have any questions, you want to learn more about this, if you want to get access, please just contact me. And yeah, really looking forward to seeing how this helps you. Have a wonderful day.